Good afternoon. We'll now start. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody to this pep talk this afternoon. Please mute yourself, but always show your video picture. Sign in your name, your Facebook account, or email address in the chat box. Please include the names of companions attending with you. Use the chat box to ask questions and make comments while the pep talk is on. There will be group pictures at the start and end of the pep talk, so please show your faces in the video. As a reminder, after the pep talk, please take the online Learning Cum Evaluation Test exercise, or OLETE, for mastery of learning and have a perfect score to get a certificate like the one shown here. I have placed the link to the OLETE in the chat box. Another reminder, obtaining 25 OLETE certificates will entitle one mentee to one voucher for a R.O. Joson medical consultation, either face-to-face or telemedical. The request is for you to type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum and before we adjourn. Let's now have a group picture taking before we start the pep talk proper in 2 minutes. Please turn on your video now and show your faces. Okay. One, two, 1, 2, 3.
Pasok eh. Ayun, baka gusto ko gawanan. At yung mga pweditan na eh, then tapos kami nyo. At kaya, kita lang. Tara na.
Please mute. Pakimute lang sino yung naka... Okay na? Everybody? I have a patient empowerment program in which I like to empower the lay people or patients to take control of the management of their health. I started the pep talk on May 15, 2021 during the COVID-19 pandemic. There are 3 courses in the pep talk. I completed the core course on October 9, 2021. And then from October 23, 2021 onwards, I've been tackling health disorder and health issue courses. May 17, 2025 marks the start of year number 5. So we're now on our 5th year. How long the pep talk will last will depend on the enthusiasm, discipline, and perseverance, both you and me. My pep talk today is entitled October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. What is it? The empowerment objective is for the lay people to have an essential understanding on what is October Breast Cancer Awareness Month as part of their health management. The contents of this particular pep talk will be the following. What is the October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, or BCAM? What are the usual activities being undertaken in October BCAM? And then what are the expected outcomes? What are the criticisms? And what are the recommended improvements to be done to address the criticisms against the October BCAM? And what are R.O. Joson's recommendations on improvements? Disclaimer, the R.O. Joson Pep Talk will contain my thoughts, perceptions, opinions, and recommendations, or TPORs, culled from the experiences of myself, yours truly, and the writings of other health professionals. So what is the October Breast Cancer Awareness Month? So this month is October 4, okay? October is recognized worldwide, not only in the Philippines, but all over the world as the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, or BCAM for short. So history-wise, it started in around 1970s to the 1980s in the US because there was a growing public advocacy around women's health and breast cancer. Okay. So during that time, they were in the US, they had this so-called National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. National means it refers to the country, to the US, and they were promoting mammography as the screening test for breast cancer. Okay. Now, the pink ribbon, all of you are most likely aware of. This was born in 1991, and it has become the official symbol of breast cancer awareness, the pink ribbon. Okay. And then after from the US, it becomes worldwide. So all countries has now adopted the Breast Cancer Consciousness Month on October. Okay, so since 1992 up to the present. So today, October, Breast Cancer Consciousness Month is marked worldwide every October. So for the whole month. Okay. It focuses on awareness of breast cancer, prevention of breast cancer, early detection of breast cancer, and treatment of breast cancer, survivorship, and research. It also has evolved into discussion about access to care, health equity, and holistic support for the patients. So it's more than awareness, prevention, early detection, treatment, survivorship, and research. It has now evolved to access to care, health equity, lahat ay pantay-pantay, makakakuha ng benefit from the Breast Cancer Consciousness Month, and then holistic support for patients. Ito yung pinaka-challenging part. So what are the usual activities being undertaken in the October BCAM? Okay. Raise awareness about breast cancer, its risk factors, who are at risk of developing breast cancer, early detection, and treatment. Then promote screening such as breast self-examination, clinical breast exams, and other tests. Number 3, it support patients and survivors. When I say survivors, these are breast cancer survivors through advocacy, education, and community activities. And then lastly, it encourages fundraising activities for research, patient care, and support programs, especially to help the needy, the underprivileged ones, so that there'll be equity in the program. The pink ribbon is the international symbol of breast cancer awareness, and many events like walks, yung mga marathons, no, educational forums, and then free screenings are held during this month. Okay. So if those who are keeping track, who have Facebook, nakikita niyo sa Facebook, last October 1, there was a lighting of all at 6 o'clock in the evening. There was a simultaneous lighting of practically all the buildings of the hospitals with the pink color. Okay. So initiating the start of the Breast Cancer Consciousness Month. So what are the expected outcomes? The expected outcomes will be the following: heightened awareness on breast cancer, earlier detection of breast cancer, stronger support for patients with breast cancer, increased funding and advocacy, and then the most important here will be a long-term reduction in the breast cancer morbidity and mortality. So ito yung pinaka-key performance indicator. Ito yung magandang results that we want to see. A long-term reduction in breast cancer morbidity and mortality, pero medyo mahirap pa i-achieve ito. Okay? So heightened awareness, earlier detection, stronger support, increased fundings. Hopefully all of this will lead to a long-term reduction in breast cancer death and morbidity. So let me amplify on each of the items there. Awareness and education. So there will be increased public knowledge about cancer risk factors, the signs and symptoms of breast cancer, when to suspect the presence of breast cancer, greater awareness of the screening options such as breast self-examination or self-breast examination, clinical breast examinations, and other tests, yung mga screening, and then dispelling or trying to disprove or trying to expound and explain the myth and misinformation about breast cancer. Example will be yung mga hinihipo ba na nabubunggo ay nagkakos ng breast cancer. This is still a common belief by a lot of Filipinos. Kung nabunggo, nasaktan yung suso at nagkakos ng breast cancer. So this is a myth. Okay? Number 2 is screening and early detection. So more women, but men are usually also affected, but very less common, are encouraged to undergo screening tests. Okay. Earlier detection of breast cancer, which improves the treatment outcomes and survival rates. We know that when we detect cancer earlier than later, it improves the treatment, treatment expenses as well as the outcomes and also the long-term survival rates. And then it also improve understanding of the importance of regular checkups, especially for the high-risk individuals. Okay? Ito yung another problems that we're facing. Yung mga kailangan magpa-check up, hindi nagpapa-check up. Support and advocacy. So this should come from the community and also the family, okay, for the patients with and also the cancer survivors. Greater visibility of breast cancer survival stories, helping reduce stigma and fear. So examples of this are the cancer journey sharing that we always have in the Cancer Crusaders Club. And you can also see this cancer journey, yung mga cancer survivor stories in the internet. Okay. Expansion of the patients' advocacy movements that push for a better cancer care policies. Healthcare system and policy. So this is more on the health institutions like hospitals and governments and also yung mga organizations. So they may strengthen the screening program, allocate funds, and launch initiatives. Okay. And then the non-governmental organizations and foundations may increase their fundraising efforts for research, patient support, and treatment subsidies. And then policies discussions may be advanced towards universal access to cancer care. So in the Philippines, we now have the Universal Healthcare Law. I hope it can contribute to this one, universal access to cancer care. Okay. Research and funding. Okay. So lahat ng mga bagay-bagay sa mundo, especially mga health issues, they always include research because we can never know everything about a certain topic, no? So, and then we need funding for the research. So increase funding for breast cancer research, including better diagnostic tools, treatment options, and survivorship care, and support for innovations. Yung mga bagong, not really invention, but may mga modifications that will improve the early detection technology and targeted therapies. Behavioral and social impact. So we expect with the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, more women will be practicing monthly breast self-examination. Up to now, this is still a challenge, okay, among women and among doctors who try to convince patients to do breast self-examination, and then improve health-seeking behavior. So, because patients may be less likely to delay consultations kung talagang meron siyang nararamdaman. Okay, to improve on that. Yung iba kasi tinatago, no? Okay. Now, what are the criticisms on the October Breast Cancer Consciousness Month? While the October Breast Cancer Consciousness Awareness Month or become has brought about many benefits for the past so many years, 1992 up to the present. It also has drawn criticism from these various groups like the health professionals, even among doctors, patients, and advocacy groups. So to summarize the criticism, so the Breast Cancer Awareness Month has become too commercialized. Napapansin din ho natin lahat yan, too commercialized, and then focus on symbolic awareness, yung mga pink ribbon, pero kung walang, it's not converted to actual reduction in the benefit of yung reduction in mortality, mortality and morbidity. Okay. So while not doing enough to ensure equitable access, then highlight the realities of advanced diseases. Maraming advanced diseases. Okay. So hindi nakafocus din doon how to prevent those things from happening, and then to push for systemic change. So to expound on the various types of criticisms, okay, number one, they call it pink washing and commercialization. Many companies, yung mga nagtitinda, yung mga manufacturing companies or industrial companies, they will sell pink products in October, but only a small fraction of profits usually go to the breast cancer programs. Okay? So dapat yung mga profits na yun, dapat pumunta sa mga programs on breast cancer. Okay? Some brands use BCAM for marketing while continuing to produce products linked to cancer. Example, yung mga alcohol, cosmetic, so they ride on the pink ribbon, tapos mag-market sila ng mga products which contains harmful chemicals to the breast. So this creates a sense of the so-called pink washing, meaning you prioritize the image, no? Yung marketing over the real impact. Focus on awareness over action. Hanggang dito lang, symbolic awareness over action. So critics argue that awareness is already high for the past, kasi 1992 pa yan, no? 1992, 25, almost 30 years, andyan na yung cancer awareness, no? So most people know about breast cancer already, but what is needed is more on the access to screening, okay, treatment, survivorship, but these are not often emphasized. And the campaigns usually stops at wearing the pink ribbon, wearing pink, and then flashing the pink symbols, no? Rather than tackling systemic gaps in the cancer care. Okay? So marami pa diyang may advanced cancer, marami diyang may cancer, hindi nagpapatingin, kasi because of no fundings, no? etc. etc. Neglect of other cancers and health issues. Okay. Sa katawan ng tao, hindi lang naman breast cancer ang may problema. There are a lot of cancers in the body. So breast cancer receives this proportionate attention and fundings compared to equally serious and deadlier cancers like lung cancer, pancreatic, and ovarian cancer. So good enough that in the Philippines, we have now we also have equal attention on lung, pancreatic, and ovarian cancer. But in other countries, wala pa, may discrepancy. So this can skew the research priorities and health resource allocation. Nakafocus lang sa breast. No? Overemphasis on screening without the context. Okay. So mammography and other screenings are promoted strongly. Yan na palagi sinasabi, you do mammography after the age of 40, ganon. No? But critics say that risks such as maraming overdiagnosis, false positive, anxiety, and unnecessary treatment are not always communicated. So hindi ini-explain yung mga limitations ng mammography. No? Okay, palagi, sige, go for mammography. Okay. Awareness campaigns can sometimes oversimplify the complex medical decisions. So there are times in which may mga instances that mammography may not be the better options for the screening, baka ultrasound, baka other options like clinical breast self-examinations. Survivorship, narrative, and exclusion become often highlights the positive survivor stories, yung mga in remissions, but may forget about the experiences of those with metastatic breast cancer and those who die from it. Kaya yung sa Cancer Crusaders Club meeting natin every December, I put cancer journey stories for those who are in the advanced stage. Ask them to share their stories also, aside from those with early breast cancer in remissions. Okay. So patients with advanced diseases sometimes feel sidelined and underrepresented. Socioeconomic and global inequities. Awareness campaigns are more visible in high-income countries. So you would expect that in those, let's say, in the Philippines, probably mga probinsya natin, wala, mas konti yung mga awareness program. So women may know about breast cancer, but still lack the affordable access to diagnostic tests and treatment, making awareness hollow without access. Okay. Gendered messaging. Campaigns often target women only. We know that males are also included, although not so common. So they should be included in this program, in this advocacy program. So some feel the overly pink feminine branding trivializes the seriousness of the disease. So what are the recommended improvements to address the criticisms against Breast Cancer Awareness Month? So basically, it lies in this particular statement. To summarize it, the improvement path is to move from awareness, as I said, maraming mga Filipinos are aware, but we have to move outside from that, outside of it, and then go into action, and then promote access of patients with possible breast cancer to medical care, and then equity, lahat ay pantay-pantay, makakaroon ng equal opportunities for breast cancer management. Okay. So this ensures that the Breast Cancer Awareness Month doesn't create visibility, yung mga puro sa marketing lang, but actually saves lives and improves the quality of care. So this is the most important summary statement for the recommended improvement. So I think first criticism, pinkwashing and commercialization. So suggested improvement will be to require transparency. Naririnig natin palagi ngayon, nowadays, the word transparency, no? In the flood control program, transparency. In fundraising, support campaigns where a clear percentage goes directly to research, treatment, and patient services. So avoid partnership with industries linked to cancer risk. Yan ang suggestions. Okay. Then the other criticism is focusing on awareness, not access. So the suggested improvement will be to shift the focus to access, no? Not just awareness, going to access, affordability, and equity. So subsidizing mammography, okay, wider screening programs, improve cancer centers, and patient navigations. Now, for the neglect of other cancers, so ibabalance lang yung funding and advocacy for other cancers. Of course, still highlighting breast cancer as part of the holistic cancer program, pero isasama yung other cancers. On the overemphasis on screening without context, so provide balanced evidence-based education on screening. So palaging bibigyan ng options yung mga pasyente and then explain the benefits, limitations, and age-appropriate recommendations. Okay. There are so many options for screening, hindi lang mammography. So isasama yon and then explain to the public what are the benefits and the risks and the limitations. Okay. And then promote shared decision-making with the doctors. Hindi lang yung mga doctors trying to being dictated by the hospitals, the order kayo mammography. Okay. Then for the survivorship narration, okay, so include the stage 4 patients and also men with breast cancer, and then the underrepresented groups, okay. Then for the socioeconomic global inequities, okay, tailor the programs, the campaigns to local context. So yung mga ginagawa sa abroad, baka hindi pa natin kayang sundin. So we try to modify it so that we can strengthen the health system in our low resource areas, especially in the provinces. Okay. Then we try to invest in low cost screening tools and community outreach like surgical, like missions, no? Ganon. Okay. And then gendered messaging. So use inclusive, respectful messaging that recognizes men can also have breast cancer. Okay. And then the other criticism here is 1 month limitation lang. So gusto nila make it a year-round effort integrated into women's health, prevention programs, and ongoing research advocacy. So hindi lang once a year, October lang, make it all year round. So what are my recommended improvements to be done to address the criticism? I summarize it this way in three programs. Make it a year-round effort. Okay. So we can start with October as the initiating month. Then after that, tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Every month meron. Na? Okay. Make it comprehensive. No? Okay. Patient-centered, accessible, equitable, producing impact in terms of long-term reduction in breast cancer morbidity, mortality. So dapat i-monitor ito kung bumababa o hindi. No? Okay. Then stop the commercialization or pink washing. So my pledge and support and action together with my son is that in line with the October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we stand in unity with other health advocates to raise awareness, promote early detection, and support every warrior, every patient battling breast cancer. And together we will strengthen the advocacy, spread hopes, and save lives. So the next question is, how about you? What are yours? What are your plans of support and action? So this ends my pep talk today. Now, I have explained the following. What is October Breast Cancer Awareness Month? Usual activities, expected outcomes, criticisms, recommended improvement to be done to address criticisms against Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and what are my personal recommendations on the improvement. Takeaway in relation to patient empowerment, be always in touch with reliable medical information on October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Knowledge is power. It gives power. Use the 4Ks of patient empowerment, kaalaman, kakayanan, karapatan, and kapangyarihan to gain greater control over decisions and make better decisions on October Breast Cancer Awareness Month as part of your health management. So this ends my pep talk today. Okay. I hope I have empowered you to have an essential understanding on what is October Breast Cancer Awareness Month as part of your health management. Reminder, before we go to the QA, question and answer portion, reminder, please take the online Learning.com evaluation test exercise for mastery of learning and have a perfect score to get a certificate like the one shown here. I've placed the link in the chat box. And then obtaining 25 OLETE certificates will entitle one mentee to a voucher for a free RO Houston medical consultation, either face-to-face or telemedical. And then last request is that please type in your feedback to the chat box during the open forum and before we adjourn. Thank you. Let's now have a group picture taking before we start the QA and interaction. Please turn on your video now and show your faces. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the floor is now open for questions. If you have any reactions, comments, sharing of experiences, if you have. Okay. Anybody? Awareness.
Okay.
Okay. Zoom user, you want to ask the questions?
Yung payong?
Here, paki-mute muna if you're not asking a question. Mute. Are you asking a question, Zoom user? But,
Huh?
okay,
Ah? Paano kami? Ay, sandali, sorry.
paki-mute muna if you don't.
Mute mo nga. Yung ka-classmate ko nandyan, di nga.
Nasa yung classmate mo? MLT. Okay.
Nakamute.
Okay. Okay. Can you unmute yourself, MLT? Unmute so that we can hear you. Unmute. We cannot hear you. Wala. Tanggalin mo yung unmute. We cannot hear you. I will get back to you. Try to fix your Okay. Any comments? Okay. So, walang magtatanong? Walang mag-share? Okay. Lance, do you have anything to add to my lecture?
Hello, ayun. So, agree, no? Pag breast cancer awareness, it's not just about promoting awareness. Yung maganda rin kung may accessibility to this, yung mga kailangan gawin. May mga iba naman na nagpo-promote ng breast cancer awareness. Some institutions provide parang free consultation, free mammogram ultrasound. So, since parang pinopromote natin din, di ba, screening, yearly mammo, yearly ultrasound, sana imbes na just promoting, sabihin na gawin niyo to, sana nagpo-provide. So, meron naman talagang nagpo-provide, just not everyone does it na nag-provide ng free. Pero maganda sana kung more do it para naman people can start getting free screening mammogram ultrasound para mas accessible. Like other countries, meron naman silang national screening program na libre naman ho yung yearly mammogram. Tapos yun, pero yung pinaka-baseline or crucial pa rin before this screening test, kasi parang adjunct siya, yung breast self-examination. Kasi like yung screening 1 year apart, yung breast self-exam advocated natin every month. So, di ba matagal yung time span ng 12 months. So, mas importante talaga yung monthly check, breast self-exam, para you know when to have it checked right away if needed. Pero kung wala naman, then yung yearly lang. Pero sana accessible din ito. Yan lang.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ray, Lance. Okay. So, okay. MLT, what's your name? Mila Gross?
Marge.
Marge, okay. Welcome to this group.
Thank you.
Yeah. You have anything to ask? You want to make
Yeah.
comments?
Okay, I just wanted to ask, usually, I get plenty remarks from others na you should not eat like you should not eat beef, you should not eat some crabs or prawns, ganyan. And so parang I was thinking, like, yung iba naman doctor, like if you ask a Pinoy doctor, they'll say, no, you can eat anything. But usually, if yung mga Chinese doctor, they would tell me, oo, you don't eat those mangoes and like crabs and beef. So I'm confused.
Okay, you're confused. Okay. So would you like to answer that, Dr. Ray Benjamin Nelson? Ray Benjamin is my son.
Hello.
So,
Hello
Okay.
po. Good afternoon. So yun, so as far as I know, tapos lahat ng trainingan ko, walang evidence, no? Like hard evidence na nagle-link sa what you eat to breast cancer. Walang direct link, but most would advocate like still the healthy living, eat everything in moderation, avoid processed foods, fast food. More for the overall health. Pero wala naman, according to research, wala naman direct like relationship yung what you eat to breast cancer as of this day and according to yung mga nabasa ko until
Okay.
today. So,
Okay.
yun. I hope it clarifies.
That's good to hear because I'm very fond of eating.
but eat in moderation.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So then
Thank
choose the
you.
foods that you want to eat. Those
Mhm.
you think are you like to eat, you feel satisfaction, no? Okay. Those that will create some reactions to your body, avoid them, no?
Mhm.
So and then eat in moderation. And also
Okay.
eat balanced diet. Balanced diet.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
Well, my
Mike?
surgery is um will be on October 24, a mastectomy.
Okay, you're scheduled for mastectomy. Okay.
Yeah, on October 24.
Okay.
So I just came from the neuro today and I was asked 5 days before the surgery, I have to stop all my blood thinners.
Yeah. That's
Uh-oh.
that's the usual. That's the usual protocol. When if you are
Okay.
in blood thinner because you will undergo an operation, you might
Mm-hmm.
bleed. So they stop the blood thinner at least 5 days or 1 week before the
Mm-hmm.
operation.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, yan, that's what I knew about my doctor's appointment today.
okay.
Uh-huh.
So anong
I,
stage mo, if I may ask? Anong stage ng breast mo?
one.
Stage 1.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. That's nice. So you'll be undergoing operation already this
Yes.
October 24. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, okay. Anything else that you want to ask?
Mm, wala na. I'm ready naman.
Okay. That's good. So,
Mhm.
basta po may breast cancer, early detection, pinaka-importante. And then, not only early detection, this should be accompanied by early treatment. Na? Okay. So, in the Philippines, a lot of times, may early detection, but there is a lot of patients are in denial. They don't like to see a doctor until it becomes bigger and bigger. No? Okay.
Mhm.
So treatment is also important. No? So I always emphasize early detection plus early treatment. No? Okay.
Okay.
At
I'm
the
taking
moment,
anastrozole.
anastrozole. Okay.
Anastrozole. Okay.
Yeah. So are you taking anastrozole now?
Yes.
For how long already?
Since June,
Okay.
mid of June.
Okay. Anyway, I won't comment on that because it all depends, no? It all depends on your situation, no? Okay. So there are a lot of options which the your oncologist, usually the surgical and medical oncologist will decide, no, which one will be the best option for you, no? Some options will entail starting with surgery first before the anastrozole is hormonal therapy, no? So before the surgery first, before the hormonal therapy, and then other treatment that will be indicated, no? Okay. So, but in your case, they started you on anastrozole, that's a hormonal therapy. So there must be a good reason for that, no? Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So let's just it really ups on the on the actual situation that you have plus your doctor's advice, no?
Okay. Thank you.
At the moment, among the various treatment modalities, not because I'm a surgeon, okay, surgery still offers the best chance, no? Okay, once you remove it, no? So the others are adjunct, no? Like hormonal and then chemotherapy, no? And also the immunotherapy, targeted therapy, etc., no? Okay.
Okay.
Hindi ba, March?
Mm-hmm.
You have a mild stroke before?
Oh yeah, because my surgery was supposed to be on June 9, but on June 7, I had a mild stroke, which I didn't even know. I just complained that, I couldn't see my vision on the left is, I don't see people on my left. Pala, ang natamaan is my sight, my vision. So, because of that, sinabi sa akin na mag-anastrozole na muna ako because I cannot be operated with that stroke.
With a stroke.
Oo. And then it so happened they found out I had a hole sa heart ko. So we had to wait for a month to do the PFO.
flat.
So the PFO was done on July. So 3 months after daw, pwede na yung mastectomy. So which is October 24 na.
Okay, good. So ganon, surgery is still the best, but before the surgery, the doctors will screen you for any problems, no? So yours, they were able to detect that you have a mild stroke, no? So they should not push through with the operation. They just have to stabilize you first, treat the stroke, and then they were able to discover another problem, hole in your heart.
Yeah. So I had a
so-
PFO.
Okay. So they try to stabilize. That's part of the pre-op preparations, no? Okay.
Hindi ba,
Before the
March?
surgery.
You suddenly cannot move your feet or what? You said?
Yeah. So because after the PFO, I was asked not to do my regular exercise and not to carry heavy things. So I have not been walking. So I gained a little weight. And then 2 weeks ago, sabi ni Dr. Miranda, no, oh, you can start your routine exercise, which I did. I started walking, and apparently I must have overwalked. So now I get the pain behind my knee, behind my knee.
Okay.
So tonight I will be having my MRI.
MRI for the knee?
Yes.
You are in the Cardinal pa?
No, I'm home na after the doctor. The is tonight. The appointment is tonight. Yung 10 p.m. ang appointment ko for what do you call that? MRI ng knee. Back
Okay.
of the knee.
Okay. Anyway, October is still far. October 24, no? Okay.
Oo.
You still have 20 days before the operation. So they will still optimize you for the operation. No? Okay?
Okay.
So, wish you the best.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Hindi,
Okay.
hindi, na-search na ako. Doon ka tayo, huwag ka tayo dyan.
Can, can you unmute? Can you,
unmute.
can you
Sorry.
unmute bot? Okay, good. Okay. So anything else, Marge? Wala na? I can go to other
Yes.
participants.
Wala na. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Okay. Any other comments? So in terms of awareness, let me have a test. Okay. Breast cancer can occur in males, true or false?
True.
True. Okay. Very rare, but it can occur, no? Because yung sa male, maliliit lang yung breast nila. Kami, lalaki ako ha, lalaki ako, hindi ako bakla ha. Okay. So, meron din kaming breast, pwede rin ako tamaan ng breast cancer, but it's very, very rare, no? Okay. So, yung mga babae, it's not because of the size, but because of the estrogen, no? Huwag niyo sabihin na because of maliit ang breast ng lalaki, di ba? Yung babae, mas malaki. It's not that factor, no? Causing the breast cancer, no? It's the presence of the estrogen, no? Mas maraming
Okay.
estrogen yung mga babae kaysa lalaki, no? We also have estrogen in our body as lalaki, no? Okay. So, kaya mas bihira yung breast cancer sa lalaki. Pero meron din.
Meron
no?
din.
Okay? So, second question. Ray, anong gusto mong, mga myth? It's the most common cancer or is it second to somebody? Ano yung pinaka-common cancer sa Philippines?
Doc, excuse me, tanong po ako.
Sure. May,
Doc,
yeah.
I heard fatal daw po pag nagkaroon ng breast cancer ang lalaki.
Fatal?
Opo.
Hindi naman lahat.
Totoo po ba yan?
Hindi naman lahat. Hindi naman lahat. Depende kung kailan ma-discover. Actually, mas madali nga ma-discover sa lalaki kasi mababaw lang ang breast nila, no? Mas madaling makapa. Ang problema kung hindi niya pinagamot kagad, no? Kaya magiging fatal, no?
Okay po.
Ganon din
Thank
sa
you
mga
po.
babae. Sa mga babae, pag na-discover na may bukol, pero hindi pinapatingin, hindi pinapagamot, no? Magiging fatal din, di ba? Okay.
Same
Thank
lang
you
naman
po.
po yung sa lalaki sa babae. Ano lang mas common kasi na may genetic mutation pag nagkaroon ng breast cancer sa male. Yung BRCA1 kung narinig niya po. It's a gene na related to breast cancer. Usually yung male kasi pag may breast cancer tinetesto kasi more often than not may genetic mutation kaya nagka-breast cancer. Yung sa females naman, usually tinetest yung genetic variants kapag may bilateral breast cancer, kapag triple negative, pag bata, less than 40, nagtetest din ng genetic kasi baka predisposed to breast cancer po. Kasi may small chance na hereditary po yung breast cancer.
Okay? Yan?
Thank you po, Doc.
Okay. So, anong pinaka-common cancer sa Philippines?
Breast.
Breast cancer.
Combine na, lalaki at babae?
Colon, Doc.
Colon? Okay. Kung sa babae, babae mo na. Sige, babae. Anong pinaka-common?
Breast.
Breast.
Cervical.
Cervical. Ano pang ibang sagot?
Ovarian.
Ovarian po.
Ano pa?
Goiter.
Ha?
Goiter po yung
Goiter. Ano pa? Okay. Hypo. So, I heard 4. thyroid, number
Ay,
2.
thyroid pala, sorry.
I heard thyroid, I heard ovarian, I heard cervix, I heard breast. Okay? So, Lance, anong sagot doon? Sa babae?
Lymphoma.
Breast pa rin.
Lymphoma? O, may dagdag pa
Opo.
isang lymphoma.
Breast pa rin pinaka-common yung
Number
cancer.
1.
Number 1 po talaga.
Number 1, ha? Sa mga babae, breast cancer pa rin ang pinaka-common, no? I don't know the current statistics among, yung i-combine ng men saka female. Ano, Lance? Anong
Breast.
naging breast?
Yung sa pagkaalala ko, breast pa rin.
Breast na. Inuna na. Kasi dati lung cancer yung no? Between yung lung, combine female and male population. Dati lung cancer, no? Ngayon, nauna na yung combining male and female breast na yung number 1, no? Kaya very notorious yung breast, no? Okay? Okay.
Kaya
Ano
lang
pa?
maganda sa breast, very siya, curable siya. Unlike other cancers sa katawan na advanced, late stage. Yung breast kasi madali ma-detect. Tapos very maganda yung treatment and yung curative niya. Yung cure rate niya basta detected early. And easy to detect early naman with monthly breast self-exam and screening po. That's why maganda din yung prognosis actually ng breast. Although it's the most common, it also has one of the best prognosis po. Basta treated early and detected early po.
Okay? Ano yung second most common cancer sa babae? Since all of you are babae dito ngayon.
Thyroid. Tsaka,
Thyroid, Mayan. Bakit thyroid?
marami po yung
Marami may
nakita ko
goiter.
meron din. Kaliwat kanan.
Okay.
Nasa jeans
Sino,
na.
ano pang ibang perception sa ibang tao dito? Yung participants?
Cervical, Doc.
Cervical. Okay.
Colon.
Saka yung ovarian nga po, Dok.
Ovarian. Okay.
Bones.
Ang colon din, Doc. Colon.
Colon. Okay.
Lungs.
Lungs. Okay. Smoking. Okay, based on we just have to base on our local statistics, no? Kung ano yung pinapublish nila, no? Okay. So ang second, I think it's still among the women, ha? Cervix yata cervix.
Cervical.
Then ovarian, no? Okay. Yung thyroid medyo mababa, Mayan, no?
Dok,
Meron.
yung po,
Oh.
bones tsaka yung brain.
Meron din, pero not as common as cervix and ovarian, no?
Okay po.
Okay. So, cervix, breast muna, and then I think cervix, unless nagbago na, no? Cervix, ovarian. Isi-check lang natin, ha? Kung kalapit lang yung cervix. Cervix. I think cervix, no? Number 2. No?
Kaya may screening din yung cervix pap here.
Meron din, of course, meron din colon sa babae, meron din lung cancer sa babae. Actually, yung lung cancer sa babae, tumataas over the years kasi marami ng babae nagsisigarilyo, na? Okay?
Opo.
Okay. 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 So, awareness, this is part of awareness. I'm tinetesting ko lang. Parang ini-introduce ko na yung next, kasi for the month of October, baka puros breast ang i-topic ko this month, no? So the next topic probably will be what you should be aware of, no? During the breast cancer consciousness month, no? Etong lecture today, it's more of intro. What is the breast cancer consciousness month in October, no? Then we will go for what are the things that you have to be aware of. Number 1, yung kasama na ngayon is the frequency, no? How common is it, no? Whether it occurs also in men, women, ganon, no? And then what are the symptoms for early detection, ganon, no? Okay. So then probably the next third Saturday, we will be talking about what to do, what what I will be doing as an advocate of the Breast Cancer Consciousness Month. No? But I like to announce right now, kasi yung sinasabi natin kanina, na we want to save lives also, no? To save the lives of patients with breast cancer, no? Kaya as part of my program, as we know, we have the Cancer Crusaders Club. Part of my program, I'll be offering yung mga surgical missions on breast cancer patients, no? For the indigent patients, no? Okay. Yung mga walang kaya, they just contact me. We'll try our best, no? To do a low-cost operations. Then, yung operations that will be, hindi siya maghihintay matagal. Kasi we know that pag pumasok sa charity hospital, government hospital, matagal lang hintayan, no? Kaya nadidelay pa rin yung treatment, no? Okay. So on our part, as our contribution to the advocacy of Breast Cancer Consciousness Month, I will be offering mga surgical missions, no? For breast cancer. Yung mga operable, yung mga pwedeng operahan. Pag yung mga advanced, hindi na kaya, no? So, this is just to promote na early treatment by those who have breast cancer. Alam nila may breast cancer at wala silang kayang magpagamot sa hospital, magpa-opera sa hospital. Na? Okay. So, please spread the word around. So, kung may mga friends kayo na who have breast cancer, who needs an operation, no, we will try to facilitate a surgical mission on them. No? As to the hospital to which we will operate, we still have to look for a hospital. We will decide. No? Okay. Okay?
I have another question.
Sure.
So what really causes this breast cancer?
Okay. Lance.
So yung breast cancer, so basically like all cancers, it's nagkakaroon na cell mutation, no? So yung mutation in cells, some of them turn into cancer, some of them nagkakaroon siya ng high-risk lesions that predispose to breast cancer. Another one, yung sinabi ko kanina, like very, very rare, hereditary, pero yung sa food, wala pang proven. Okay, pero these are theories, okay po. Yung exact cause talaga or direct cause talaga, hindi siya like exactly known. Pero ito yung mga theories that say na these are what cause of breast cancer, yung gene mutation, cell mutation, or yung predisposing factors that increase the risk for breast cancer.
What what is that?
Gene.
May predisposition, like yung mga
Yeah.
high risk reasons, like some proliferative changes sa breast, increase the risk. Like medyo specific na yung terms na to ng atypical ductal hyperplasia, yung mga radial scar. So just these changes, yung mga cell mutations in the breast tissue itself na causes higher risk, or sometimes they turn into breast cancer over the years po. And yung estrogen sa babae po.
Is it like if maraming estrogen or kulang estrogen causes it?
More, it's the estrogen itself that predisposes po. So the
Kasi,
more estrogen you have. Kaya nga yung pag sa breast cancer, nabibigay tayo ng yung mga tamoxifen, anastrozole, letrozole, lahat ito, ini-inhibit po niya yung estrogen sa body.
so our body produces estrogen?
Yes po. Women more than
From what?
from the ovaries, pag pag pre-menopausal, pag menopausal na po, mas peripheral na po, not na from the ovaries itself. That's just the normal female physiology po.
Lahat ng tao may estrogen, Marge. Lahat ng tao may estrogen. Normal yan. Kaya yung babae, mas marami. Kaya naging babae. Kami, yung lalaki, meron din, pero mas konti. Na?
Okay. Yeah, because in my case, wala sa family.
Yung family history, it's
Yeah.
possible. Okay. As to the exactos, we don't really exactly know what it is. But it all start, yung isang breast, yung cell isang cell, you know what's a cell, no? Sa
Mhm.
breast mo, no? Something went wrong, no? Na turn into cancer, no? So what make it turn into cancer? It's basically it's connected to a gene mutation, no? Yung gene nag-affect doon, no? So what affected the gene mutation? That's another story, another level of discussions yon, no? Okay.
Can
Minsan,
stress cause it?
uh, it has been hypothesized it can, pero mahina, no? Okay. Okay. So, environment, kung minsan radiation can also cause it. That's no? And then, yung mga, mga possible gene mutation? Lance?
Yung BRCA na so BRCA yung breast, pati ovary
That's
affected.
hereditary. Yung mga gene,
Yeah.
yung mga external factor na that can cause gene mutation. As radiation is one, no? It can cause that, no? Number two, ano pa?
Radiation.
Chemicals. Probably we are exposed to some chemicals, no? As I said, yung sinasabing stress, it's possible, it's part of it, no? But we still don't know, wala pang conclusive study on that, no? Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay? Any more? There are no more questions. We'll call it a day. We will see each other next week. We will have a part 2 of the October Breast Cancer Consciousness Month, no? So we will focus on what you should be aware of about breast cancer, what the lay people should be aware of, no? Okay. Probably on the third Saturday is what we doctors should be doing, no, to promote better results of the treatment of breast cancer, no? Kasi as I said, ang kulang pa sa atin ngayon, we've been talking about breast cancer awareness, pero mukhang malayo pa tayo dun sa mga breast reductions, no? Especially yung mga access, equity, no? And then wala pa masyadong magandang impact dun sa breast cancer reduction, no? Okay. And on our parts, a small contribution on my part and my son, we will provide surgical missions, no, for the month of October up to November, no? I-extend namin up to November kasi baka hindi namin matapos within October, no? Okay. So if you have friends, relatives who are indigent, who have breast cancer, so mag-email lang sa akin. Email na lang, ha? O pwede din PM if they know my Facebook account, na? Okay? Okay? So
Okay.
with that, we'll end this session. Thank you. Welcome to this session, Marge. Okay? The rest are old-timers ko.
Doc, may question ako last na lang.
Last, may pahabol. Sige,
Ay,
May.
Doc, yung sabi kasi yung di ba doon ako sa Singapore nag-work before, nag-contribute daw sa pagkakaroon ko ng breast cancer was yung I'm always night duties tsaka yung wearing tight bras while sleeping.
Okay,
So
Lance.
po ba yun? Sabi ng doktor ko yun.
Tight bra, hindi.
Hindi. Yung baka yung isasabi na yung stress. Pag yung stress, like possibility po yun. Pag nasa stress yung body natin, yung cells affected, kaya yun, pwede magkaroon ng changes or mutations. Yung smoking, pwede rin increase na risk. Just like any other cancer sa katawan, di ba? Pag smoker increases the risk for cell mutation in the body that can lead to cancer.
Okay?
Okay po, thank you po.
Sige. Kaya sabi nga ni Marge, kasi nako-confuse tayo, no? Sabi ni Marge, kasi yung ibang may sinasabing iba yung sasabing iba. Kami nababasa kayo, stress can cause, sabi ng iba, hindi. So tight bra, yung iba naman, yung nabubunggo, no? So we will discuss this in the next session, no? yung mga meet na. Okay? So
Okay.
you can come back and attend na. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Sige. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Doc. Have a nice
Happy weekend
weekend.
po.
Thank you.
Kayo rin. Okay,
Thank you,
bye-bye.
Doc. Bye.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Thank you.